For whatever reason, that has just taken me almost 5 minutes to actually get the game running on my primary monitor, and I have no idea why. I'm not going to remove 5 minutes of time for that, but I don't recall having this issue with the previous demo. Very strange. I've had to really kind of brute force it with Borderless Gaming, and even then, when I put it up to 4K, it switched back over to the secondary monitor. Very, very strange. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome to the last game that I'm playing a demo of, as far as I'm aware, for NextFest. I've basically exhausted the things that looked like I might be interested in them, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't actually going to play the Tearscape demo because I played an earlier demo and really liked it and thought I probably don't need to play another demo because I know I'm going to get the game. But yeah, just to wrap things out, it's like, oh, there is a new demo, so let's try it. Let's see what it's like. So I don't know what's, if anything, is different in this demo to the version that I played. I think we still start off in the same cave. Boop. No key for that. Doesn't really look like a roll, that has to be said. You can break chests by attacking them. Boop. Got a key. So yeah, this is a Bloodvern, yes. Bloodborne versus Link's Awakening, or Bloodborne meets Link's Awakening. Two of my favourite games. Tears. Use interact to pick up pots. Press interact to throw them. Press the map button to view the map. One more piece to complete the map. Okay, so it shows us the area that we've got. Oof, we really do get slowed down when we are carrying pots. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Press the heal button to drink a healing flask. I'm going to right now because I haven't lost any health. Ooh, a plague doctor. Hello. At last you arrive. What kept you? The next target's location eludes us still, but the organisation persists in its search. Venture north. The graveyard is beset by vile monsters. Pass through it with resolve. Now pass them across again once I possess further information. You are dismissed. Yes, sir. They got sticks. I got a sword. In the battle of stick versus sword, I win most of the time. Save statue? Aha. It weeps. Progress is automatically saved when you interact with the checkpoints. Using rest replenishes all your health and flasks, but respawns all the enemies. Level up allows you to increase your character stats in exchange for tears. Slightly weird interactions there. We've got a full collision box for the statue's width, which is probably a tile wide. But the wings are... I've got no collision. Can't get through that block. Gameplay starts off simplistic, which is absolutely fine because I'm generally of the opinion that all gameplay should start off with some degree of simplicity so you can get used to the controls and so on and so forth. But also, if you are attempting to emulate a particular style of game, adhering to the expectations of that particular style of game is also of some importance. I'm kind of surprised we haven't got a shadow. That's somewhat odd. Yeah, we had a shadow in Link's Awakening. It adds a certain degree of unconnectedness, especially because we don't actually have any black pixels below us. So it looks like it kind of looks like our sprite is cut. Oh, but we do when we turned around. So it kind of looks like things have been cut off. And it's especially noticeable when you take a look at, for example, the bats. You do have shadows beneath them. Probably just to represent the fact they're flying, but still. Fail. Right, I can't remember if that gave us full health or not. Right, is this a Fally Downy pit? As in fall down to a different area, I meant. Oh, I can destroy the candles. Cool. Ah da da da. Ah! Damn it! We are quite slow to turn around, I'm noting. Now, this is a Souls-like. So, as you probably noticed, I've dropped all of my tears. Now, there have been many conversations recently about the pros and cons of the Souls style dropping of currency and what games it is good for and what games it is not good for. And there are a number of people that are very much of the opinion that the Metroidvania is a poor choice of game for that mechanic, because it is a genre where exploration is king, and forcing you to go back to collect your currency each time, be it at a boss or elsewhere, actually does not encourage I've died again. They're really difficult to hit when you're on a moving platform. Also, our rate of attack is very slow. Oh, we've got a stamina bar as well, haven't we? I mean, stamina regenerates reasonably quickly as long as you're not dodging, but You're not going to be dodging when you're on a moving platform. Is there another way that I can deal with these bats? Oh, did I just crit him? Yeah, I can't... Oh, fuck's sake! This is aggravating, because they can fly and charge at you and you can't get to them or defend against them because you're on a fucking moving platform. You've managed to make one of the most basic enemies incredibly dangerous due to enemy placement. And it's quite the run back. You know, it's what, the second room with a cave, and I've died like 4 times in it. But I've got no option here. I've got no ranged attack or anything. I must admit, I haven't tried rolling on the platform. It might be that there's something that stops us. There we go. Managed to kill one of them. What? I was not in that pit. And now I have to wait because I was so... I don't think this is a very good design. I don't think that's very good grammar. I don't think this is a very well designed room. It's very slow. It's unnecessarily pissy with the enemy types. And the lack... Oh, bollocks. And now I've got to go through all of this again. My own fault, but still. It's so slow. Yeah, these platforms are really slow. Oh. I thought this was going to be where we got the key for the gates. But apparently, that was just purely optional. You see, the bats are absolutely fine when we've got the room to manoeuvre with them. I think, in all honesty, I'd remove one of those 2 bats. Oh, we don't have a map. Hey! Map! We can't zoom in and out, so we've just got this really kind of big... What? I don't really think I was touching that. I think we need to do some work on hitboxes, frankly. You can kind of tell that this is made up all of one room with virtual camera zones because of how the different enemies and items are dropping between screens. Okay, that should be our shortcut back to the checkpoints. Let's level up. So we can get some vitality for health. We can get stamina, so we can move more. Strength, skill. I'm not going to rest because I don't want everything respawning yet. Ooh. Pallet shift. Why am I slowed down on this? What are these supposed to represent? I can't tell what that's supposed to be. It's a red version of the grass stalks. In all honesty, I feel like you could be a little bit more generous with the hitboxes on the spikes. Haha. Oh, it's just one-shot me, okay. And of course, in order to get my tears back, I have to go down there and face it again, which I'm not interested in doing, frankly. Because clearly we are not ready for something of that kind of power. Or if we are supposed to be, I don't seem to have any tools to deal with that kind of movement. Just gonna leave my tears where they are. Oh, there's another one. That does not seem like a very generous reward for defeating one of those. And also, there's no actual way through there, so... Yeah, moving around feels really laborious. It feels like we're just slightly too slow. I don't know how I'm supposed to get past that. If I can find a save point nearby, maybe I'll try it again, but... Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we are so slow that it is actually just making even basic combat laborious. I don't recall this being an issue in the previous demo. But we feel really, really slow against enemies that have got a lot more speed than we have. I'm actually not enjoying this, and I'm sure I was enjoying the first demo more. It also doesn't help that the... Geez, they can just cross the entire arena? Give them a leashing range? And what is the point of this? Are we not already slow enough? Oh, we can't roll on them. You've arrived. It seems your aptitudes are not entirely lacking. Well, they kind of feel it. Before you stand to the entrance to Dreadmore Palace, enter, and within, hunt down the beast, end its existence. We shall meet again once the deed is done, should you survive, of course. I vaguely recall I'm not supposed to fight those. That's designed to slow us down even further so we can't... What the? Sake. Jeez, everything is doing so much damage. Oh, I can't jump off the edge like I expected to be able to. So far, these things are the only enemies that are vaguely enjoyable to fight. Bats are annoying. The beetles are very powerful, and the shield dudes you can't hurt unless you throw rocks at them. I'd be really interested if actually nothing has changed since the previous demo that I played. It would just go to show how my perceptions and tastes have changed in the however long it's been since. I'm actually going to leave this here because I'm not enjoying this. And I'm really disappointed. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause briefly and just go and watch my previous video, or at least a bit of this, bit of it, and I'll come back in a moment and just see if I noticed any differences and whether it's just me.
A few minutes later.
Right. Yes, I had some feedback for the devs when it came to the original version of this. A lot of it was very kind of technical about level design stuff. And now it's gone from not just level design but just basic gameplay. You know, there are basic gameplay loops here that are essentially meaning that enemies aren't fun to fight. Now, if you've got a Zelda-like, a Souls-like, whatever you are trying to be, where essentially the enemies are actually really annoying, you're going to end up in a situation where your player is just going to want to... player's going to want to avoid them rather than fight because you've made your combat annoying. And we don't have the... Oh, I could have just gone left there. I feel like you need to up the movement speed. Yeah. They have got far more maneuverability than we do. This just links me back round here. Have I got some way of... These enemies just aren't fun to deal with. Oh, the shield, yes. Can't remember whether that made a difference in the game feel. Guess we'll find out. I'm stuck in the doorway because I'm assuming the enemy is on the other side. Yeah. Right, I spoke about this at length in my first video. It's the last like 5 minutes or so of it. The problem with having this all as one big screen and just transitioning between with virtual cameras is that if you do not reset the enemies when you leave the screen, they're all going to be here. Which means that you can't actually zone in. It looks like you've made it so that they can't hurt us, but they've still got collision volumes. So I was able to hit it and kill it, fortunately, across that boundary, but it's still kind of dumb. And having stamina as well for attacks and movement and everything is just... it's a lot. I can't roll through it for... oh, whatever. Yeah. Those enemies are really fucking frustrating. If you were going to introduce a shield mechanic with a perfect block, and you pull it off and you get that kind of twing sound, you should not immediately have the enemy bounce back. Because then you can't hit it. That is... This has got so much potential, but it is doing so many basic things wrong in my opinion. And again, I'm just one bloke on the internet with some opinions, but I'm one bloke on the internet with some opinions whose two of his favourite games happen to be Bloodborne and Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and this should be right up my alley, but it is pissing me off because the basics aren't being done well. And that's really harsh to say, but it is aggravating when basic enemy designs are not fun to fight. When you've got those stupid charging enemies, if you block them, you freeze them in place, you let the player get in and 2-3 hits, maybe enough to kill them as a reward for perfect blocking them. Not you perfect block them and they immediately jump away and charge back at you. Because you just don't get a chance to hurt them. Likewise, rolling. If you're going to have a roll system as iframes, you should be able to roll through the enemies. And you couldn't roll through those. So I got stuck between one of the roly beetle things and one of the knights, who are incredibly dull to fight. So of the 4 enemy types that have been presented, the bats are really annoying because we're really introduced to them at a stage when we're also trying to navigate moving platforms, and that feels incredibly unfair. And they can charge across the entire screen. We have got the zombie guys with sticks, who are absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with them. They're slow, basic enemies, yada yada yada. They're even slower than we are, just about. But we are far too slow. We have got the roly beetles, who are just really boring and charge away and charge back, and if they were on their own, if there was only ever one on its own, it would be okay. But when you're surrounded by other enemies as well, that just feels unfair and cheap. And then you've got the flail knights, who are basically invincible unless you do a thing. And again, you could probably do that thing if you were facing it on its own, but you're putting them in rooms with 2 chargy beetles, and it's just like, the reason why I stopped playing out of frustration with the previous demo I played was due to gameplay and level design, and this doesn't feel like it's any better. Weird thing is, although I've just been and checked my footage, I don't think we are any slower, and yet we feel so slow. Yeah, we are slower than Link in Link's Awakening, I'm reasonably certain. It does not take this long for Link to walk across the room. Yeah, we've got the roll, but it's tied to stamina, as is you attack. I think the balancing and difficulty curve is too punitive, too punishing at the start of this experience. And that is going to promote I need to level up then, don't I? I need to grind out some health. I need to grind out some stamina. I need to grind out some strength. I need to grind out some skill, because otherwise I'm just going to... I'm getting killed in 3 hits. Which is after upgrading Vitality once. Bloodborne works because you have maneuverability. This isn't working because you don't. Yeah. It's just too slow. It feels like I need a speed boost in terms of walking. It feels like I need to put like a dozen points into stamina, so I've got a decent stamina bar so I can do things. It just doesn't feel right. And part of that is going to be because, Link's Awakening is a very easy game. Too easy. Even with hero mode on in the 2019 remake, Link's Awakening is an easy game. And there is that potential to equate Link's Awakening style dungeons and Link's Awakening style graphics with, oh, this is going to be an easy experience. And yeah, there is probably part of that at the back of my brain. But this as it is not fun for me. Could very well be fun for other people, but I'm not finding this challenging. I'm finding this frustrating because of the design decisions. Is there a skill issue? Yeah, sure, of course. Should I go and grind to compensate for that like I do in other Souls games? Yeah, possibly. Am I going to? Do I feel like it would be enjoyable fighting basic enemies over and over again? No. And I'm fairly certain I mentioned that pixel at the bottom of the character sprite versus the... It's not there when you're walking, but there's a pixel gap. Right alignment. So yeah, this is a disappointing experience, and I've given it 40 minutes, and unfortunately, I don't feel it has progressed in a positive way. You know, I still love the vibe, I still love the idea of it, but at the end of the day, gameplay is key, and I'm not enjoying the gameplay. I don't think it is very well balanced, very well polished. I don't think it is enjoyable, really, at all. So, yeah, it's a no from me, as Simon Cowell would say. But as far as the thing is, the game's out soon as well. I'm fairly certain this isn't supposed to be releasing. Yeah, well, it's February next year, so there's still time to make improvements based on feedback, but my feedback I think I've made fairly clear. I would love to be enjoying this game, but I'm just not. The enemies aren't fun to fight, the movement is too slow, nothing has felt rewarding or enjoyable as of yet, and yeah. Also, the character sprite on this tile set looks like he's doing squats with a big black between his legs. It's the little things that I notice. Anyway, so apologies to the developers should they watch this. Apologies that I didn't have anything more positive to say. You know, I really want to like this, as I think I said several times previously, but I'm just not enjoying it. Oh, that's just swapped it over to my other monitor, which again is something that needs fixing. I don't know why it starts up on my second monitor. Thank you for watching, folks. Have yourselves a great day. It's a bit of a shame to end my NextFest coverage on a bit of a downer, but I honestly thought I was going to have a good time to wrap out with this one. So, never mind. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.